Jeff Kathan, your musical awakening experience. Jeff with the Paul Rogers Band.
Of course, it has to be playing with Spike and the Impalers.
Yeah, so you wake up and go, I'm where?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Why did it have to end like this?
Yeah,
It's come to this.
Grew up listening to the Beatles and the Stones, but when Grand Funk and Led Zeppelin came out in the late 60s, that was it. Then you have drummers who were just outrageously good, and I wanted to be able to do that someday.
Wow.
And
Did you start immediately? Like, did you guys bang on the desk at school? And is the rhythm
we were
something
irritating as heck?
Yeah, the rhythm is something that has to come out of you. It's almost like a nervous tick in a way, right?
Yeah, it's definitely ADD sort of thing, you know.
All right, let me ask you.
Have a word for it.
No foot tapping though.
Right. Are all drummers dangerously heavy drinkers? That's another question I was told to ask.
Well, I stopped drinking.
You did stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Potential. Had the
He
potential.
saw the danger coming. Yeah.
Not all, right? It's like pilots.
Bob, do you have one?
Do they have? Do you have? We have
serving?
booze. That's it.
Is that a question?
Well, we've lost. I mean, it does. I'm sort of half serious with this. It does seem that we've lost a number of drummers.
Keith Moon, John Bonham. I mean, they didn't go by living clean lifestyles. That's for sure.
Yeah, and they're are they like presidential candidates and airline pilots that they just have this extreme side of them that they can't control?
Yeah. If there's one personality trait.
By the way, Donn Bennett Drum Studio.
Thank you.
It's your plug.
If there's one personality trait that I see almost all drummers having, is they love to have a great time. And maybe that might lend itself to getting involved in a number of different things.
Sure.
But I think that's probably where it comes from. There's a spark that I see in just about every drummer I know that just loves to have a blast, get crazy.
Now, Scott mentioned his Puerto Rican dad and the salsa records. I was wondering, Don, because you've studied drummers more than anybody, is nationality a factor? I mean, there's guys from Africa that are great percussionists, guys from Latin America. Are there any great Norwegian drummers? Or I mean, is it something that some races do better than others?
I think what it is, it's your environment. Some races definitely have music in your environment more than others. I don't think it's necessarily the.
You don't think it's genetic?
I really don't. I
Seriously,
think it's just
when
what you
Pedro
grow up
wanted
with.
to play in our band,
But it's more cultural.
and he whipped out the congas, and I'd never ever seen him play, and he had time. It was like, whoa, I should have known.
When you grow up and there's music in your family, there's music for entertainment, there's music everywhere you go. It's just a normal part of your life. You're going to be much more. You're going to have a natural response to music. It's just going to be a normal part of your life.
We're going to get to Woodstick in a second. Encourage everybody to come. First, we'll go around and say, what do you all think of what's happening with music right now? I've heard it said it's the best of times and it's the worst of times. One nice thing about what's happening with music now is that there's a lot more of it being made by a lot more people, and it's being heard by a lot more people. And yet, none of them are getting paid, which is it's kind of a shame as things go forward. YouTube is a vehicle for people. Music Nation is a vehicle for people.
MySpace.
And we should mention that LimeWire is where most people get their music now, and nobody gets paid. What do you think of what's happening from a creativity standpoint? Is it going to? We've torn down the walls of the record labels. Is it going to result in a new renaissance and a great creative age? And will anybody get paid for it? Go ahead, Mike.
The question. I think it's wide open. I think musicians can do whatever they want to do. It depends on what their intentions are. If they want to be a rock star and get rich and famous, they're going to have to hit the road and get on it. Record CD sales are out. You see what's happening with Radiohead and Madonna, and I know that Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor's going to do the same thing. They're out of their record deals, and they do not want to go back.
They're doing deals with touring companies and even
Madonna
newspapers.
is.
Prince did a deal with the London Mail, and it distributed 3 million copies of his CD, and the London Mail paid him because it was a good ad for them. So he went triple platinum in one day.
And the next day it was wrapping fish. That's very next day.
Well, the thing is that
Yeah, go ahead. Get right up to the mic, whoever wants to go.
I think one of the things that's going to happen is
We can't afford extra
going
mics,
back-
we
going-
only have a couple.
Going back to the old days where bands made money by touring, because they're not going to make money online. I mean, they're giving their products away, basically.
that's right. Yeah.
They'll have to draw people in to whatever venue they have to make money again.
Scott.
Well, they pretty much hit on the mark. I mean, where I'm making the most money now is touring, really. And now there's a big emphasis, like Michael said, or actually you said, bands are looking for some kind of a sponsorship when they go on tour, and that'll supplement what they make too. I mean, our next deal, we're not going to get a $3 million deal, obviously. And we wouldn't want one because then we have to pay all that
And you
back.
owe them. Yes, you
Exactly.
owe them you owe them your life and your next 5
Yeah,
records.
and you still don't own the record. The record industry has been the most warped criminal industry for a long time, where they give you money to make the record, you pay them back the money over many years, and then you still don't own it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
a lot like coming over on a cargo ship, really, and you have to earn.
Except we don't have to do nails. It's
You
there.
have to earn they release your wife from prison as soon as you've worked for them for 10 years.
But I think, though, in terms of, aside from what's happening in the industry and the best thing groups can do is create their own fan base, and you do that by working and working and working, and then labels come and want you because you've done all the work, and then they can do other work. But as far as creativity is concerned, it's
Christine in Maple Valley wants to say something. Hi, Christine.
Good morning.
Good morning.
good morning.
I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller, so cock-a-doodle-doo.
Okay.
I just wanted to share a little story about Jeff Kathan and how...
Uh-oh, here we go.
Keep it clean.
There's no.
Dead cell.
Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good.
Oh, good, okay.
It involves my 8-year-old son. Jeff, I don't know if you remember, but I think it
Did you
was
mention teenage son and do you remember in the same sentence?
No.
Well, you were playing at a little place out in Maple Valley, and you gave my son some drumsticks, and he played behind you, pushing some of the chairs together. He played with you the whole set.
You did that for a little kid who liked drumming? That was really nice.
His mom was
I
hot.
remember that too.
Yeah.
You
You do that
remember
every time? Do you
Jeff?
find a stunt kid in every bar? There's a kid in a bar, by the way. What's he doing in the bar?
Well, it was the family part of the bar. It's kind of a restaurant.
Jeff was wearing a bear suit at the time.
He's the greatest. Thank you, Christine. And all of these guys here are obviously great because they're all participating in Woodstick. And I want to ask Donn Bennett in the remaining moments, what is Woodstick about? It's been going on for years. You're trying for the Guinness Book of World Records for the most drummers.
Correct.
Doing this. And what do you call it when a lot of drummers play together? There's a name for that, right? What is it called?
Chaos.
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 All
yeah.
those apply very well.
No, is it like a drum something or other?
No, we will try and set the world record for the most drummers playing drum sets simultaneously.
Okay. And last year, how many did you have?
533.
This year you want?
We want 1,000, and who knows how many we're going to get. But that's why we're here. We're trying to get every drummer we can possibly get.
How-
to
And
show up.
it's like school voting. 60% of the drummers have to play the same song to set the record.
Right. How good do you have to be? I mean, if someone's listening and they just want to rent a drum and come down, is it going to be simple playing that just
It's
about anybody
very,
can do?
very simple. If you can just play the most basic rock beat, boom, chick, boom, chick, you're in.
And you can be there with you guys, with Carmine, Tony Coleman, Mike DeRozier, and literally hundreds more. Many of them as the biggest drummers in Seattle. And what's the event for?
This will raise money for hearing regeneration research and to
Well,
promote.
that's very important for drummers.
It is.
Yeah.
And to
Wait a
promote
minute,
hearing
is there a
safety.
chance I could get some of my hearing back?
There is a chance, yes.
Because they told me that the cilia were dead in there, and that
this
would
is
never
all-
happen.
This is all new. And
I'm just going to write you a check right now.
There's
for
a
this.
chance.
Yeah.
There is a chance. That's why we're doing this. And then we also buy percussion instruments for a bunch of local schools.
All right. Thank you very much. It's a great event. We're going to put information and this interview up on our website, bobrivers.com, and anyone who wants to participate in Woodstick, go there and find out about it.